Critical hits are one of the most chaotic mechanics in Team Fortress 2. Whether it's a fully charged critical Uber or a lucky random crit, they are loud, flashy, and incredibly satisfying. But they're also controversial. Some players love them for ridiculous moments they create, while others hate them for being unfair. But love them or hate them, they're a fundamental part of Team Fortress 2's design. In this video, I will be looking at what critical hits actually are, and why they exist in the first place. Then, I'll go through the weapons which are built around this mechanic, and break down how they work, and what makes them fun, or frustrating. Because if it's one thing TF2 is good at, it's turning complete nonsense into a core game mechanic. At their core, critical hits are attacks which deal more damage than regular ones. A crit multiplies your damage by 3 times, meaning that when you land one, you're delivering much heavier blow than normal. On top of that, they ignore damage fall off, allowing for greater damage at further ranges. Visually, crits stand out too. Unlike regular attacks, crits have a unique hit effect, usually accompanied by a satisfying sound and a different hit indicator. They are designed to grab your attention and make sure you know that you've been obliterated, because there's no mistaking when you've been hit by one. But why do they exist? Why not just increase the damage dealt regularly? Well, crits offer something more than just a flat damage increase. They give a clear indication to both the user and those around them that they're powered up and ready to wreak havoc. The unique hit effect and damage multipliers don't just boost the power, it signals to everyone that a critical moment has arrived, and this makes crits feel exciting and impactful. Rather than just another generic damage increase, it's about creating those chaotic, attention-grabbing moments that makes TF2 so fun. Crits help to maintain the balance in TF2 by preventing multiple damage increases from stacking. Instead of having various buffs or damaging multipliers stacking on top of each other, crits provide a single, clear indication of a boost. This keeps the damage output from getting too out of hand, offering powerful moments without completely overwhelming the gameplay, since they cannot stack above that initial 3 times damage multiplier. Now that we understand what critical hits are and why they exist, let's dive into the weapons which make them their main gimmick. There are plenty of weapons in TF2 which guarantee critical hits, and these weapons add a layer of strategy and excitement, making them a unique part of the game. The Kritzkrieg Ubercharge is one of the most iconic ways to get crits in Team Fortress 2. When you activate this Ubercharge, you instantly boost the power of your healing target's attacks by turning them into critical hits. It's a game changer, especially for classes like the Soldier or the Demoman, who deal heavy burst damage. To help combat against the stock medigun, the Kritzkrieg charges its Ubercharge 25% quicker. This allows the medic to build up its Ubercharge faster and get critical hits more frequently, making it ideal for aggressive pushes or fast-paced combat. The quicker charge means medics can initiate Uber much sooner, putting pressure on the enemy team and encouraging fast, coordinated team pushes. Unlike the stock medigun, which provides invulnerability during its Ubercharge, the Kritzkrieg does not offer any form of invincibility. This means that when you're boosting your team's damage potential, you're also vulnerable to taking damage yourself, making positioning and timing critical for success. The Kritzkrieg requires a more aggressive playstyle, and medics need to be quick on their feet and in the thick of the action to make the most out of the critical hits, rather than playing it safe. The design of the Kritzkrieg promotes offensive strategies, making it a perfect tool for pushing aggressively and overwhelming enemies with a barrage of critical hits. It's rewarding players for taking risks and staying active in the fight, encouraging medics to lead their teams in a more offensive role rather than being a passive healer. The Frontier Justice is a unique weapon for the engineer, granting critical hits based on the number of kills your sentry gun has. The more kills your sentry racks up, the more critical shots you gain for yourself once it's destroyed. It's a fantastic weapon for engineers who want to capitalize on their sentry's work, turning its death into a chance for a deadly comeback. To balance out this powerful ability, it comes with 3 less shots in its clip. Compared to the stock shotgun, it's considerably weaker without the benefit of those critical hits. It creates a delicate balance where you're sacrificing firepower for the potential of burst damage of critical hits, making every shot count. This weapon promotes a more aggressive playstyle by encouraging engineers to place their sentries in offensive positions where they're more likely to be destroyed and get more kills. This requires a keen sense of positioning and risk management, as placing your sentry too aggressive means it's going to be destroyed without racking up many kills. It also gives you the opportunity to get more critical hits. It's a classic case of high risk, high reward gameplay, where your success is largely determined by your ability to balance off the trade-off of losing your sentry and the chance of landing powerful crits. The Demonite playstyle revolves around the shields, particularly the Charge and Targe or the Splendor Screen, which offer a critical hit upon charging into enemies. The idea behind these shield charge crits is to reward aggressive, high-risk gameplay, as it encourages players to get close and personal with enemies, often putting themselves in harm's way to land the finishing blow. Charging requires precise timing and positioning, as well as a solid understanding of when and where to charge, as the shields have a limited duration and can leave you vulnerable while you try and line up the perfect hit. Despite these risks, landing a successful hit can be incredibly satisfying and game-changing, allowing the Demonite to turn the tide of battle with a single well-timed charge. The KGB offers Heavy a unique way to gain critical hits, rewarding aggressive melee plays with a 5-second crit boost on kill. Unlike most melee weapons, the KGB's value doesn't come from the weapon itself, but from the temporary power boost it grants to all of Heavy's weapons. This means that a successful melee kill can turn into a devastating follow-up, allowing Heavy to shred enemies with crit-boosted minigun fire or shotgun fire. But of course, securing a melee kill with the slowest class in the game isn't easy. The KGB also has a slower firing speed compared to stock, making it slightly worse in direct melee fights. This forces the player to pick the right moment to go in for a punch, often needed a weakened target or the element of surprise. But once a kill is secured, the crit boost allows Heavy to snowball the fight, turning a single punch into a full-blown rampage with fully critted minigun fire. The KGB pushes Heavy to take aggressive risks, diving in for melee kills to access its immense power. While it can be difficult to pull off consistently, the reward is massive, making the KGB a tool for those who can master situational awareness and decisive aggression. The Phlogistonator grants Pyro a 10-second crit boost upon activating Oomph, turning it into a powerful damage option. It lacks an air blast, removing Pyro's main defensive tool. This forces a more aggressive playstyle, as Pyro must fully commit into fights rather than reflecting projectiles or pushing enemies back. However, the reward is significant. Once Oomph is fully charged, Pyro can wipe out groups of enemies in seconds with guaranteed critical hits. While it can feel incredibly strong when used effectively, the lack of air blast makes it a really weak option. Poor positioning and bad timing can easily get the Pyro killed, making it a high risk-reward weapon. The Diamondback is a unique revolver which grants a critical hit for each backstab or building destroyed. This mechanic is incredibly powerful, especially in skilled hands, as it rewards spy players performing well. These crits turn the Diamondback into a weapon which can quickly ramp up in power, providing the spy with a tool for high burst damage when he's already behind enemy lines, or at an opportunity for massive damage after taking down key enemy structures. When conditions are met, the Diamondback can feel super overpowered, enabling spies to land critical hits without needing any change in playstyle. Instead, you just play how you regularly do, and then your gun becomes super powered. Crit-based weapons in TF2 are designed to push players into more aggressive playstyles, rewarding them with massive damage for taking risks. These weapons often come with high risk, high reward mechanics. The key trade-off is that while the crits can turn the tide of a fight, they rely on precise timing, positioning, and sometimes putting yourself into dangerous situations. Whether you love them or hate them, crits are undeniably a key part of what makes TF2 so chaotic, fun, and memorable. Did I get anything wrong? Disagree with my opinions? Think I missed something? Let me know in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video or found it interesting, consider giving it a like, sharing it, and possibly even subscribing. And thank you for getting to the end.